Chairman Welby?
I think you're the Councilmember White who put it on the agenda.
I know, put what on the agenda?
The Union Square Tax Increment Financing
Yes.
Emergency Declaration Resolution 2020.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. The Union Square Tax Increment Finance and Second Amendment Act of 2020. This project is a $1.5 million square foot mixed-use development that will create affordable housing for seniors to support small business and growth in Ward 8. It's been highly controversial, but we've been able to work through our kinks to get some leverage and get some economic development spearheaded in Ward 8. The project will provide jobs, affordable housing, and new opportunities for residents in Ward 8 to participate in prosperity. The project will also include affordable space for local retail and also would include a relocated headquarters for DC Department of Health. The COVID-19 crisis has greatly affected the progress of this matter. Nonetheless, we as a council have worked together with the executive branch to get this project back in the pipeline. There's been a lot of heavy negotiation, including a senior living facility in which $900,000 from a lawsuit with Office Attorney General Carl Racine was put in to ensure deep levels of affordable housing. In April 2nd, 2020, the hearing on the permanent bill was canceled. In turn, it's turned out to be impossible for the bill to be permanent to receive the necessary hearing, markup, and votes before the first emergency bill expired because of the current healthcare crisis. To be clear, the first emergency bill authorized the creation of a TIF on only a portion of the total coverage. By the second emergency bill authorized the district to issue $25 million TIF debt to support the project. The second emergency bill mirrors the permanent bill in the scope of the TIF area and authorized the district to use a total of $45.8 million TIF debt, and it was originally $60.7 million originally. But there has been some negotiation with the agencies, myself, and the developers in the community. I'm asking my colleagues to support the second emergency bill, which is necessary to give the mayor authority to issue tax increment financing bonds, which is essential to moving this bill forward. And this is the Union Square bill, also including for DC Department of Health to move forward with this relocation. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember White. Am I understanding correctly that this emergency is different than the first emergency that we've approved?
Yes, in number. This one also includes relocating Department of Health in this bill, unlike the full scope of the project in the first one.
Discussion by members.
Chairman.
Councilmember Gray.
Councilmember White, can you tell me how much space the Department of Health will occupy in Reunion Square, and which ones of their operations are they moving to Reunion Square?
Thank you, Councilmember Gray. I will have to get back to you on the details of space and which portion. To my understanding, they're moving the headquarters, the entire operation. That's on New York Avenue, I believe.
Right, 64. So they're moving the entire operation from New York Avenue over to Reunion Square then?
Yes.
And do you know what the timetable is for their relocation?
The last I heard was roughly 2 to 3 years. They're trying to do that first. I have to get more information from the city administrator, but we were told 2 to 3 years.
Okay. And they've already signed the lease, I assume, right?
Yes.
Okay. And how much is the lease, the value of the lease for their move, and how does it compare to what they're paying where they are now?
I will have to get that to you. I do know that their contract is ending. I'm not sure the value of their lease, but I can get that to you as well.
Okay, I'd appreciate that, Councilmember White.
The reason why I say that this primarily focused on the actual new building in the TIF, and trying to get a long-term tenant into the property to kind of build up the project.
Right. How much retail will there be, and what will that be as the new building is built out?
Again, Councilmember Gray, I don't have the details of that at the moment. because they had to redo the whole project. Originally, it was an office building, a apartment building, and a hotel, and that has changed because we also added a senior living facility. So that I have to. We've been, because of the COVID-19, we haven't been in great discussions about the actual new plans outside of making sure we can get the Department of Health in the plans for what because they have to move.
Okay, well, I'd appreciate if you get that additional information back to us because presumably for obvious reasons, I want to know where the Department of Health is going to be located and if all their operations are going to be then consolidated in this new building.
All right.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Gray. Councilmember McDuffie?
Now, just really quickly to say, Councilmember Gray, anybody else who's interested, we did circulate, and you probably didn't see it because we've been on this thing for as long as we have, but we circulated notice to do a permanent, a hearing on the permanent for July 30th at 3 p.m. So we'll make sure we get all those details and have that for you. And
Thank you. I appreciate that, Mr. McDuffie.
Any further discussion? Madam Secretary, would you call the roll?
Councilmember Gray.
Yes.
Councilmember Gray votes yes. Councilmember Grosso.
Yes.
Councilmember Grosso votes yes. Councilmember McDuffie.
Yes.
Councilmember McDuffie votes yes. Chairman Mendelson.
Yes.
Chairman Mendelson votes yes. Councilmember Nadeau.
Yes.
Councilmember Nadeau votes yes. Councilmember Pinto.
Yes.
Councilmember Pinto votes yes. Councilmember Silverman.
Yes.
Councilmember Silverman votes yes. Councilmember Todd.
Yes.
Councilmember Todd votes yes. Councilmember Robert White.
Yes.
Councilmember Robert White votes yes. Councilmember Trayon White.
Yes.
Councilmember Trayon White votes yes. Councilmember Allen.
Yes.
Councilmember Allen votes yes. Councilmember Bonds.
Yes.
Councilmember Bonds votes yes. Councilmember Che.
Yes.
Councilmember Che votes yes. Mr. Chairman, there are 13 yeses.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. The declaration is approved. The underlying bill is Bill 23-820.